Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to You Don't Win Anything with Kids. Now, I did as promised, I advanced the game a little bit. I took us up to the Dagenham and Redbridge home match. The first thing I want to show you though is our squad, because there's a few changes that have gone on. We've loaned out a couple of players. Andrew Marshall is currently on loan at Valencia. I don't think he's actually played for Valencia yet, but he's on loan at them. And we've also got Carl Hogan, who is on loan at Havant and Waterlooville. So opposite ends of the spectrum there, let's say. But he's made one appearance for them so far this season, not done an awful lot. I'm wondering if I can recall him, actually. Both of them, really, if they're not going to be playing matches, because they'll be both very important in my team. In terms of incomings, we only really have one player who I've signed, and that is Jimmy Kebe, formerly of Reading. And also Crystal Palace and Leeds, and I just realised my TV is not muted. Sorry about that. I've got the snooker on in the background. Where was I? Oh yes. So Reading, and Palace and Leeds, and now us. Now his stats are a little bit disappointing. I was expecting better than that, but the coach reports say that he is pretty good for us. Good for League 2 sides. So in that respect, he is still good for us. Tends to play across the attacking midfield, can play up front, and as a cam, and also as a right midfielder. So that's there to, well, he's there really to strengthen up a little bit. Most of our players now back from injury. We've still got a couple out injured. Peter Wilson's out for 5 to 6 weeks. Abdullah is out for 4 to 5 weeks. Delamond is out injured. Kirch is out injured, and Quintaka is out injured. But apart from that, we're good. In terms of recent results, we've had our fair share of wins, draws and losses. I believe Dartford was the last time we were played a match, and since then we've actually had a pretty slow start. We've only won 3 more matches since then. So yeah, I'm not particularly happy. The couple of matches like the Didcot game, it was a friendly admittedly, but we were winning it right up until the last minute. Same against Eastleigh, same against Bristol Rovers, and same against Lincoln. And there's one game around here somewhere. Was it the Northampton game? Yes, we had a hat trick from Beckhold playing on the left hand side. So since then he's really been our left midfielder, throwing out the likes of Akame and also Ortega, who hasn't played for us quite some time actually. So I think it's only fair that I give them a chance. And we have got this home match, like I said. So let's take out these 2 players because they're injured. Let's take out Douglas Pringle as well for now. We'll move Bobo back into the midfield position, and we'll move Beckhold across into the centre. Who are we going to have playing alongside? Well, first of all, let's sort out the defensive problem. So we've got players like Ngoy who are available, and Furlong who's available. Driver as well can play in that central role. I'm very tempted to go for... I'm tempted to put Cartwright there actually. We nearly loaned out Cartwright on deadline day, but he rejected the offer. And I was happy to see him go out on loan because it meant he was getting first team football. It's not that I don't rate him, because I do. I think he's a very, very good player for us. I just felt that him getting first team football elsewhere right now would be better for his career than just sitting around doing nothing for us. Right, now I can't actually play Ortega or Akame because they're both injured, but I can play Kebe. So I'm going to give him his debut on the left-hand side, and I'm going to put McConnor in that sitting deep role. Considering McConnor is meant to be one of our main players, he hasn't really had a fair crack of the whip so far. So it's only justified that I give him a chance. Need to give Kebe a squad number. I guess 38 would do. I'm leaving 4 free for Hogan, and I'm leaving 31 free for Marshall. I think that's Marshall's number anyway. I hope that's Marshall's number. But here we go, kick-off. I am tempted to switch the formation if things still aren't quite going our way. I want to play the 4-2-3-1, that is my favourite formation. But if it's really, really not working, then of course I will change. There's no point in playing a formation that isn't working just because you want to. Right, so we've had a fairly even start really. Possession wise we have been on top, but no shots, not many passes completed. been a bit sloppy these first 4 minutes, but that could change now. Klopmas into Kebe. Back to McConnor, into the path of Beckhold. Slips it to Smith, who has taken the shot, and it's deflected wide. Smith scored his first goal of the season for us. He has actually, believe it or not, considering he wanted to leave and basically threw the towel in and went on strike, he has now signed a new contract with us until 2020. So I don't really know what happened. We had bids come in from Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, I think, bid for him as well. And I rejected all of those bids, and then he suddenly came to me and said that he didn't want to leave anymore. So I offered him a new deal and he signed it. And he's not even on big money. He's only on about £400 a week. Maybe even less than that. And for someone who, with his potential, that is quite a significant wage drop from what you'd expect. So I'm pleased with that. We've managed to hold on to one of our best players. He missed the first few matches of the season due to injury. He is now back, and like I said, he scored his first goal of the season for us against Grimsby in a very, very unjustified 3-2 loss. We were winning right until the end, and then they scored twice very, very quickly, which I'm not best pleased about. And our defence does need changing. Our director of football kept bringing defenders to me on deadline day, and I wasn't happy with the fee or the wages, so I kept saying no. But I am sort of on the lookout for a new centre-back as well, to play alongside Stevens, just while Kirch, Haynes and Cartwright are learning the ropes. So I think it'll be a loan deal, if anything. Bring in a decent centre-back on loan for the second half of the season. And we've got Stevens tutoring Kirch, so normally I play those two next to each other so that Stevens is teaching Kirch as they go along and as they play together. It doesn't always work. Kirch sometimes gets injured, so I have to leave him out, like today for example. But overall, it's working quite well for us. Right, I keep talking about things that aren't really related to this game, and that's because there's not much exciting going on in this game. That shot from Beckhold, I think, is the closest that we've seen to scoring. We have had one shot on target. We've had 7 shots in total, so we need to up our accuracy in terms of shooting. Possession-wise, we are still on top. Dagenham have only had 1 shot, and it wasn't on target. But I won't rest easy until we're right near the end, and that's the case, and we've got a couple of goals under our belt. It's very easy in this game to get complacent and end up conceding, and I have seen that happen quite a lot with this team so far this season. We were at one point second in the league, and then we had that string of matches without winning, and it's dropped us right down, as you can see. We're not even in the top 7 anymore. That was a really, really good ball forward to Kebe, and it's a shame that he couldn't finish it. McConnor with the corner though. Headed out, only as far as Drewson. Overhit it slightly, but managed to get it back to McConnor. Swings it in, headed out again. Ball forward, Klopmas with a really good interception. And that's also a good ball forward to Smith if he can get onto it. And he was offside, can you believe? So that's irritating. And now Grant's picked up an injury, which is the last thing I want. Can we hold on till half-time? I think we can. It looks like we can. Beckhold with a poor free kick. Not a bad second effort though. That was an improvement. I'll give him his dues on that one. That was a lot better. Right, Drewson to Bobo. He's been very, very quiet in this game. As has Beckhold actually. He had that one good shot and not much since then, which is disappointing. Here's Grant with a free kick, and that's high and wide. It looks like we've actually sold out the Den, which I don't even think Millwall managed to do at the moment. So that's quite impressive, considering we're a conference team. We have reached half-time. I think Grant will have to be substituted. We don't actually have a right back on the bench, so we're going to have to bring Stewart on and then swap Stewart with Stevens, because Stevens can sort of play right back. It's not his best position, but he can do it. Mind you, if you look how much we're paying him, he should be able to do it. Really. We're breaking our wage budget to keep him here. Beckhold, how's he been doing? He's been quiet, but not as quiet as Smith. I've actually been really disappointed with Smith. I'm going to keep a close eye on him in this second half. He had that really good chance, but he strayed offside, so it didn't really come to anything. Apart from that, he's done next to nothing in this game. And a 6.3 match rating. Only Kebe, in fact McConnor as well. They're the closest to him. The rest are all 6.7, 6.8, which is a lot better. That needed to be a better cross from Stevens, although I think Kebe could have done a bit more to try and get on the end of it. Again, it's frustrating. I don't like seeing players give up on it like that. Not that easily, anyway. That was a good challenge from Beckhold. Drewson just couldn't quite get there in time. It was also a good header from Bobo to keep the ball alive in the first place. Who has now been caught out of position, actually, Bobo. Stevens gambled and didn't get there. So did Stewart. Joseph on the ball to Elam. Shot from Agogo, and that is a good save from King, but it should never really have gotten that far. Need to do better here. Stewart needed to do better with that header as well, giving it straight to Elam. Bobo managed to make the challenge. Needs to get the ball down the wing, and he does to Kebe. Needs options. Wins the free kick instead. I'd rather he tried to take Agogo on. There's Bobo with a free kick, clip the crossbar, too central really, the keeper knew that was going over. I am looking at getting ready to make the second sub. I think Spence coming on for Smith is probably going to be the one. But what I'm actually going to do is change the formation to the diamond. Move Beckhold, in fact leave Beckhold where he is. Move Bobo into the deep position. Who have we got on our bench? We haven't actually got any deep lying midfielders. That makes things a bit trickier. Mind you, where's McConnor? Oh, he's there. Okay, so McConnor sits deep. Kebe goes there. Beckhold swaps with Bobo, and then Kebe comes off. Spence comes on, and then Spence swaps with Smith. And that was a really elongated way of doing it, but it puts the players where we want them. We're now switching to the 4-4-2 diamond. That might increase our attacking options. We've had 14 shots, but only 2 on target. So I think boosting our strike force in this match is what we need. And Spence has done well for us so far this season. And Smith, of course, was our top scorer last season. He was certainly one of our best players. Couple of good blocks there, but again, risky business. Getting the ball in and around our box a lot more now, Dagenham. And it is worrying when they do that. And there's a header that just went over the bar. So close. Labadie with the free kick, blocked well by the wall. Labadie still has it though. Connors to bat, and that was the end of that one. They're getting the ball in and around our box a heck of a lot more. We're still on 14-2. They're on 8-2 now. So they are catching up with us stats-wise. And possession is currently 50-50. And that is their goal. Zavon Hines scoring. And that's very disappointing, actually. That is very, very disappointing. I do have a substitute left. I'm thinking maybe bringing McNamee on, playing him down the left, or taking off Smith, putting Beckhold. Yeah, let's have a look at doing that. So we'll bring Smith off for McNamee, and we'll swap McNamee with Beckhold. So it's now Beckhold and Spence up front. McNamee playing at left midfield. Just not closing him down enough. McConnor couldn't really do much. He's on a yellow. I think that was Stewart who was playing everybody on side. And Cartwright just didn't close him down enough. Let him have the space, let him have the shot. And he scored. Right, McNamee intercepts the free kick. Not a very good one from the Dagenham keeper, I must say. Lays it off inside to Klopmas. He whips it in. Oh, that was actually a good ball. If Spence had got onto the end of that, that would have been 1-1. Again, Stevens, he needs to get closer to Joseph. Backing off him at the moment. There's Labadie. Murphy, he gets the shot away, and it's again only just over the bar. Not much King can do, really. He's doing his best. It's the defence that's letting the team down at the moment. King plays it long. Spence heads it down to Beckhold. Flicks it out wide to Drewson. Into Bobo. Now McConnor. I think McNamee's open on the left-hand side. Aimed it towards Klopmas instead. Found Klopmas. He pulls it back to McNamee. Goes for goal and it's wide. Not a good effort. Not a good effort. Right, we're in last chance saloon now, really. McConnor floats it in. Beckhold went for the header and missed. Comes to McNamee. And despite the fact the keeper was standing about 2 yards wide of the goal, McNamee still managed to kick it straight at him. Not good. Stewart with the header to McConnor. Over to McNamee. Again he goes for goal, and again he doesn't hit a good one. Not much of a team player by the look of it. Seems to go himself a lot. And that's full time. 3 really good chances for McNamee at the end of the match there, and he couldn't take any of them. That's disappointing. That is really disappointing. He definitely needs to improve. We've now dropped to 14th in the league. Considering we were 6th about 3 games ago, that is a big loss. That is a really big loss for us. And we've got Grant out injured as well. 4 to 5 days, luckily. But it's always that. It's that momentum damager. Just as they're starting to get in a decent run of form, they go and get injured. And okay, they might not miss the next game, but they miss a week's worth of training. And it's in training where the differences are made, not necessarily on the pitch. So we're going to have to review that. We're going to have to see if there's anything we can do to stop our players getting injured. But until then, guys, the next game we'll be back for, I would say, is probably the FA Trophy first round. I'd say that's another good gap between matches. Yep, looks like it. Good gap between matches. So we'll come back there, 12th of December, for the FA Trophy South first round, and hopefully we get a decent cup run going, because that would be a good morale booster. But until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I will see you soon.